The scariest part of leaving the day-to-day of television after 20 years, it wasn't walking away from a paycheck, although that was a shock. It was walking away from a title that told me who I was. I was an Emmy-nominated television executive. I was a co-creator and creator of many hit television shows. I was the guy who made sure you did not change the channel. And then one day, the channel changed, and I was the one who got left behind. I was lost. I didn't know what to say in meetings, on LinkedIn, on my socials. I didn't know how to introduce myself in a room full of entrepreneurs. I didn't even know how to answer the question, what do you do? 46 years old, a father, husband, and suddenly I felt like a rookie again. It was terrifying. Still, some days it is. And it was exactly what I needed. So let's rewind. For over 2 decades, I helped produce shows like 60 Days In, Intervention, Duck Dynasty, Zombie House Flipping, Triple Digit Flip, and many more. I lived in New York. I lived in LA. My phone was full of amazing producers, celebrities, network presidents. I was successful. But inside, and some of you who know me well knew this, I felt stuck. Part of it, I was making other people unforgettable. And I didn't know how to build something of my own. I didn't want to just greenlight shows anymore. Kind of wanted to greenlight people. I wanted to use everything I learned in TV to help real people like you tell stories that hooked the world, that mattered. So, I made the leap. I stepped away from that executive desk. Previously, we'd moved the family to Charlotte, and that was the start of it. And I started flipping houses and quietly began building a new kind of brand. The first few months felt like a free fall. Now, I was still somewhat producing television shows, but now as a contractor, somebody for hire. I was still networking, but now with no company behind my name. And every time someone asked me, what did you do? I stumbled. Because when you've spent your life being the guy behind the scenes, you start to forget that you have a story worth telling too, especially in an industry that didn't recognize that story. So one day I was staring at a blank doc, trying to write my bio, my brand bio, what I was about, and nothing sounded right. Everything felt a bit generic. TV exec turned entrepreneur. Meh. Helping people stand out. Then, saw a $2 bill. It was a gift. A reminder from my grandmother years ago. Part of a Jewish tradition called Shaliach Mitzvah. I had them when I traveled. Lots of them. And I was supposed to give them away to someone in need. It was a blessing of protection, a way to do good quietly. And it was only a $2 bill, but you know what a $2 bill does. It's memorable. It has a story. You don't spend it. But I never forgot the feeling of holding one. It's rare, it's unexpected, it gets remembered, and I realize that's what I want to help people become. Help you. Not another expert, not another talking head, but the $2 bill in a wallet full of ones. I want to help you become rare, memorable, unforgettable. You do not need to start over if you're feeling this. You don't need a new website or a better funnel or a flashier tagline, although I can help with that. What you really need is a better story. You need to own what makes you different. You need to stop bearing the truth behind the expertise that you have. Because I know what it feels like to be invisible. I know what it feels like to have a resume full of wins, but no words to explain why they matter. I know what it feels to walk into a room and doubt that seat at the table. So that's why I also built the Vibe Finder GPT. It's a free tool, yes, I said free, that helps you find your voice, your edge, your brand identity. So you can stop second guessing and start showing up. I made it for you. People like you. People like me. People who are brilliant, but have been playing small because they forgot or haven't thought about what makes them unforgettable. You don't need to go viral. You definitely don't need to be polished. You just need to be remembered. So here's my challenge to you. Go take the Vibe Finder GPT. It's free, takes a few minutes, and I promise it will tell you more about your brand than most $10,000 workshops. My grandmother and many others believed the $2 bill was a sign of protection. I believe it's a reminder that in a world of forgettable brands, forgettable messages, and forgettable people, you were never meant to blend in. You were born to be the $2 bill. So let's make sure the world remembers it. Be unforgettable. Be the $2 bill.